Hey everybody, this is GGB. We're going to be getting into our third quarter of action, and coming at a halftime, the ACC Falcons have a chance to build on that lead they got off of an amazing defensive play by Derwin James Jr. to really flip the script on this entire football game. It looked like the AAC Buccaneers were about to take a 21-10 lead over this team, and a fumble return for a touchdown at the 1 yard line. The AAC was at the 1 yard line of the ACC. They fumble, and Derwin James returns it 99 yards for a touchdown. It's a 14-point swing, and it goes from the Falcons being down by 11 to being up by 3. Insane switching of fortunes here if you're an AAC fan and an ACC fan. Chance to build on that lead is Lamar Jackson. Shotgun here, Dalvin Cook to the left. Hand off to Dalvin Cook up the middle. He has a little bit of room, but he's only going to be able to run for about 3 yards there. Good defensive play by the American. And this is... I love how the two best games the divisional round so far, this one and the Independence SEC, were both supposed to be the biggest blowouts. And so far, they're turning into two of the better games in the divisional round. It's been a crazy divisional round with the ACC getting everything they can handle right now. They're going to hand off up the middle to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook has a hole. He bounces off a tackle. He's going to get it to his 40-yard line. An 11-yard run by Dalvin Cook, and that's going to give the ACC a first down. And this is really the offense for the ACC has been a lot of Dalvin Cook, right? Dalvin Cook has been the man here today for the Falcons, and he is a large reason, that and the defense with the 99-yard score, right? But those two things are major reasons why the ACC is winning in this football game. Dalvin Cook has played insanely well today. They have a tight formation with Dalvin Cook lined up to the left. Looks like a possible blitz by the AAC. They do bring it. 5-man rush. He's going to have time, though. He fires across the middle. Is going to be caught. Spin move is going to be just short of that line again. 2nd and inches. Catch made there by Mike Williams for his only 2nd catch of the game. Again, it has not been a dynamite offensive day for the ACC Falcons. But still, with the lead, this team is going to be scary if they can make it past this round. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. He's going to take the snap. Handoff up the middle to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook has a good hole, and he's going to get it into opposition territory to the 45. Good run up the middle there by Dalvin Cook. Ed Oliver there with his 2nd tackle of the ball game. Again, you're losing these Houston players, and Houston is definitely not as big of a loss as Cincinnati and UCF, but you're going to lose some solid contributors on that defensive line if you're an AAC fan. By the way, you're going to be losing Sauce Gardner. Huge gain for the Big 12 next year. Sauce Gardner is arguably a top 5 corner in all of football. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. He's going to go he's going to keep it himself. He has some running room, and he's going to run to the 36-yard line, threatening to at least get a field goal to extend this lead a little bit on an opening drive. Great opening drive by the ACC Falcons. They've actually started to get stuff together offensively, although they've been coming up short a lot of these instances. Either it's a missed field goal or a missed opportunity at midfield. Shotgun for Lamar Jackson, running back Dalvin Cook to the right. He's going to He's going to keep it himself. He has some running room. He's going to get just enough for that first down, but it is just enough for that first down. ACC Falcons 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line, already in likely field goal range for their kicker, Graham Gano. And a great chance to a touchdown here would make it a 10-point game, and that would be a huge lead for the ACC Falcons. They haven't had that lead this entire football game. Under center is Lamar Jackson, fullback Gabe Neighbors on the field. They're going to hand off up the middle. Dalvin Cook's going to be able to work his way for a 6-yard gain. Great run up the middle by Cook. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Great run. And, I mean, this is a good defense. It's a good defense by the ACC. And you can't go down by 10 if you're an American fan, right? Like, that's going to be detrimental to your chances of pulling off this upset. It's going down by 10 early. Your offense is good, but the ACC defense, it's going to get its stuff together, and it's going to be very hard. Looks like a possible blitz up the middle, a 5-man rush. They're gonna bring all 5. Run up the middle isn't gonna work out, and he's only gonna get 2 yards. Run by Travis Etienne. Etienne's a player that's gonna be interesting moving forward in his career. He might be the future back of the ACC moving forward, but right now that's the Dalvin Cook show. And ETN is just going to be taking running back 2 duties, which isn't going to be a lot of snaps here. Empty set, though, for Lamar Jackson. Trips to the top of the set. 3rd and 2. Big 3rd and 2. He has time. He's going to fire underneath. It's caught to the 15-yard line, 16-yard line. They mark him. Is T. Higgins with his only 3rd catch of the ball game. Again, their receiving core not lighting it up. I don't think D-Hop has had a single reception. Again, 3rd catch of the ball game for T. Higgins. 2nd catch of the ball game earlier on the drive from Mike Williams. Really the only reliable receiving threat this game has been Darren Waller. Darren Waller has been it, if you're talking about reliable receiving threats in this game. Under center is Lamar Jackson. In the backfield is Dalvin Cook. They're going to hand off up the middle, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is going to get contacted almost immediately. Still amazingly able to get 2 yards out of that carry, but still great defensive effort by the Bucs. Going to force a 2nd and 8. And if you're the Bucs, again, you got to force a field goal here. Going down by 10 is going to hurt. That's going to be detrimental for your chances of coming back in this football game. You've got to get a stop here, and you can't let up a touchdown. It's too crucial. This is an important drive of this football game. This is a chance for the ACC to start taking over, the American to hang in there. They're going to hand off up the middle to Cook. Dalvin Cook has a little bit of a hole, and he's going to work his way to the 9-yard line. 3rd and 3 upcoming, and this might be the biggest 3rd and 3 of the game right here. The ACC Falcons defense is really good, right? Letting up a touchdown here, you're down by 10 all of a sudden, and that's not great if you're an AAC fan. You need to stop here. You need to force them to attempt a field goal right here, right now, at the 9-yard line. 3rd and 3. Can the AAC get quite possibly one of the biggest stop of the year for this football team? Under center is Lamar Jackson. Running back, Dalvin Cook directly behind him. You're going to take the snap. 4-man rush. He has time. He's going to fire on the curl route. That's going to be incomplete. Huge play made by the defense there. You needed to force a field goal. They forced a field goal. Huge play. Massive by the AAC Buccaneers. You needed that. And it's not like your offense has been bad in the first half. Oh, they're going to go for it. Oh, my God. 4th and 3. This could be the play of the game if they don't get it. Under center is Lamar Jackson. 3 tight end, fullback set. They're going to pitch it to the outside. He doesn't have a lot of room. He's going to be tackled. Tackled for a 6-yard loss. They pitch it to Javonte Williams. And Shaq Griffin makes the play of the year for the AAC Buccaneers. And they're going to get 0 points out of their opening drive. And great defensive effort there by the AAC Buccaneers. Great play by Shaq Griffin on the edge to tackle him for such a huge loss. And it's not great field position for the AAC offense, but you don't let up any points on the opening drive by the ACC. And that's yet another missed opportunity for the ACC. If you're going to talk about missed opportunities in this football game, and the ACC do end up losing, you're going to go back and you're going to look at that long missed field goal that gave the AAC excellent field position that I believe resulted in a touchdown. And you're going to look at this where you could have at least had a field goal, and instead you blow it. And you don't get anything. Shotgun here for Desmond Ridder, 2 tight ends set with Akins on the field. They're going to take the snap. 4-man rush. He's going to fire underneath. It's going to be caught. 1st down. They're really playing off. I believe that's Akins again. Jordan Akins with his 3rd catch of the ball game. Akins, not a guy you would have and a touchdown, by the way, in this game. Not exactly the guy you would expect to be getting big-time snaps in this football game and making big-time catches. He's not considered one of their top receiving threats by any stretch of the imagination, but the AAC has been using Jordan Akins a lot here today. It's really interesting to see them use him like that. Trips to the top of the set at the 29-yard line. Desmond Ridder's shotgun. Running back to the left, he takes the snap. 4-man rush. He's going to have all the time in the world. He's going to fire it. Incomplete across the middle. Not really anyone open there for Desmond Ridder to throw to. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Good defensive effort by the ACC Falcons. And the ACC Falcons defense hasn't been playing up to their usual standards. Again, this is a defense that we usually expect to be one of, if not one of the best, if not the best, in Conference of Champions. Take the snap, 3-man rush. He should have plenty of time. He's going to fire it quickly. Almost intercepted. Throwing it into double coverage. Receiver's not even looking. Suddenly it's 3rd and 10. And Desmond Ridder's lucky he's not intercepted there. He's really lucky he wasn't picked off there, actually. That was a really bad decision and a bad throw by Desmond Ridder. But, I mean, just looking at it, if you're an AAC fan, it sucks because you had a great chance to be up by this many points. But I feel like most American fans would take being down by only 3 points in the third. I mean, that's not a bad situation to find yourself in if you're an AAC fan. And it sucks because you could be in a much better one. And you could be up instead of down. But most fans would take this right now. Shotgun here for Desmond Ridder, but big 3rd and 10 upcoming. Can they get a first down? Takes the snap. 4-man rush. He has time. He's going to fire across the middle. It's going to be caught, but he's going to be tackled short of that line to gain. And big tackle there made by Derwin James Jr. Derwin James Jr. has been a stud here today. Only allowed 151 passing yards for this football team as the ACC defense. But Pollard is tackled well short of that line to gain and onto the... They show offense, but you got to feel like you're punting this one, right? Like, this is turning into a defensive match. Field possession is going to be important. You had a decent drive at starting at your own 15. You go to the 36. And it gives your punter at least some room to try and pin him deep. And the punt is away. It's going to land at about the 20-yard line. And it's going to be returned exactly 0 yards. Hunter Renfrow tackled immediately. And onto the field comes back this ACC offense that just drove all the way down the football field, got to the 9-yard line, but on a 4th and 2, instead of kicking an easy field goal that would put them up by 6, they go for a touchdown, or they go for a first down. They lose 6 yards on 4th down, and they end up coming away empty-handed. And if you're the ACC, you're just letting the American hang around, right? Like, you have the lead, but letting a team like the American hang around, a team that is known for coming away with wins like this, not a good idea. They're going to hand off to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's going to go nowhere. 2-yard gain on the play, immediately stuffed by this AAC defense. They've been doing a phenomenal job, the defense. Remember, only 10 points total offensively has been allowed in this football game for this by an ACC offense that is very explosive. By the way, great job by this American defense so far today. Empty set for Lamar Jackson. Dalvin Cook split out wide. Going to take the snap. 4-man rush. They bring a 5th man. He's going to run for it, and he has a lot of running room. And he's going to get it to the 41-yard line. 20-yard run for Lamar Jackson. And really the only consistent offensive thing that they've been able to do is the scramble with Lamar Jackson has been deadly, right? It's hard to name a better part of this offense than just Lamar Jackson using his legs and getting in the open field and making people miss. It has been the most consistent part. Remember, D-Hop is the number 1 receiver on this football team. He has yet to catch a pass here today. Only 2 catches for Mike Williams, 3 for T. Higgins. But all of them under 30 yards. Shotgun for Lamar Jackson, though. He's going to go handoff up the middle to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's able to make a couple guys miss, but still only get 2 yards. Dalvin Cook's been a great player on this offense too, but recently they've been, since halftime really, the AAC has done a phenomenal job of keeping him pretty much corralled, and they've been doing a phenomenal job of containing him. They got to figure out another thing to attack offensively. Looks like a possible 3-man rush by the AAC. They bring a 4th man on a blitz. It's a screen pass to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook's gonna get tackled for a loss of a yard, and great play made there on the edge. Because if William Jackson III doesn't make that tackle right there, that is going to be a massive gain for Dalvin Cook. At least a first down. And instead, that's a loss of a yard. Look at this play. William Jackson, if he does not make this tackle, there is so much running room for Dalvin Cook. So much if William Jackson doesn't make that play, and William Jackson makes a big-time play. And it's going to be a big 3rd and 9, right? Like, that's a long 3rd down and a chance to get a big stop here if you're the AAC. Shotgun for Lamar Jackson. Trips to the bottom of the set. You're going to take the snap. 4-man rush. He has time. He's going to fire underneath. It's going to be caught, but it's going to be short of the line to gain. The 49-yard line. Big tackle made there by Derek Forrest. 4th and 3. The AAC defense is going to force yet another punt in this football game. And again, like I'm saying, the ACC is letting the American hang around. They're lucky to even have this lead at this point. The American has arguably outplayed them in almost every facet of the game and just got really lucky on a 99-yard fumble return for a touchdown. But offensive consistency, they've been doing better. The American has had a better offensive showing than the ACC. Defensively, they've had a better showing than the ACC. And so it's just really lucky that the ACC has this lead, and a shank punt puts them already at the 28-yard line. Great field position if you're the American. Desmond Ridder only got to go 22 yards to get midfield, considering that was a punt at midfield. Only about a 20-yard field position difference, and that's crazy to think about. When you're punting from midfield, you're trying to pin him inside the 20, and to shank it out of bounds at the 28 is really bad. It's not a good punt there by the ACC. They're going to bring their 3 tight end set out onto the football field. Under center is Desmond Ridder, Tony Pollard in the backfield. They're going to hand off to the outside and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's going to get stuffed. And one thing the ACC has been doing a phenomenal job is run defense, right? There has not been a lot of holes for Tony Pollard to run through. And Tony Pollard has been stuffed for a large portion of the day. It has not been the Tony Pollard show here today for the AAC Buccaneers. And which means you got to attack the passing game more. Trying to hit underneath routes to Cortland Sutton or Darnell Mooney. Shotgun here for Desmond Ridder. They're going to draw up the middle with Pollard. And Pollard is not going to be able to go anywhere. He gets it a yard, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. And 2 plays, they've gone 2 yards on the ground. And there's a reason why. The off defense for this football team has been doing a phenomenal job of stuffing the run. You have to go to the pass more. Defensive tackles for this football team is arguably their best position. Shotgun for Desmond Ridder, running back to the left. Going to take the snap, 4-man rush. He's going to fire underneath. It's going to be caught by Travis Kelce, and it's going to be well short of that line to gain. Only get 5 yards on the play. Going to get it to the 34-yard line. And they're going to have to punt right back to this ACC offense. And this is just not helping your defense at all. Is just to continuously go 3 and outs. It's not helpful. You're not giving them any sort of rest. It's just interesting, right? Like, this is not good if you're the AAC. It's not a recipe for success is to give your defense no rest and ask them to stop this explosive offense with Lamar Jackson. You're going to punt it right back to them. Your defense has been doing an admirable job of it so far, but that's only going to last so long. The punt is away. It's going to be landing at about the 17-yard line. It's going to be returned by Hunter Renfrow. Makes a man miss, and he's going to get it to about the 26-yard line. Good return by Renfrow for 9 yards. Decent field position here if you're the ACC Falcons, and onto the field comes Lamar Jackson. This has not been the offense that you would be hoping for if they're the ACC. And if you eke by, you're playing a Big Ten team that's defensively better than the American, and you've got to be worried right now, right? Like, that's a Big Ten offense that we just watched destroy a Big 12 defense that isn't all that bad. And I understand it's the Big 12. They definitely have the weakest of all 6 defenses, but still, it's not an awful defense. And you're struggling against the American. Under center is Lamar Jackson, 3 tight end set. They're going to hand off up the middle to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook has some running room. He's going to make a good gain, 8-yard gain, only 10 yards away from hitting that 100-yard mark for the ACC. He's likely going to be the first player to do it in this football game, is hit 100 yards either rushing or receiving. He's already hit it in all-purpose yards. Shotgun for Lamar Jackson, 2 tight ends set. Actually, handoff up the. Actually, Lamar Jackson's going to keep it. He has some running room, a lot of running room. He's going to get tackled just across midfield at the 49-yard line for the American. And that has been a winning play. For some reason, the American is not keying in on making sure that Lamar Jackson does not have an open edge to just run. And that is not working out well for them. You have to have a player committed to make sure that Lamar Jackson just doesn't keep it. And they have not done that so far today. And that has been a large reason for any offensive success for the ACC Falcons has been Lamar Jackson with his legs. They're going to bring Gabe Neighbors out on the football field. By the way, Lamar Jackson with his X Factor activated. They're going to hand off up the middle to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook going to make a decent gain on first down, 5-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 5. It's a good gain on first down to make it 2nd and pretty manageable. And now you can do things on 2nd down. And you're not super worried about 3rd down and 5. That's not super far. So you don't have to worry about just getting a chunk of this back. You can try to take a shot. They're going to bring 3 tight ends, I believe, onto the football field. Under center is Lamar Jackson. They're going to play action to Dalvin Cook. He's going to try and scramble. He's going to get sacked. Oh, massive sack in the backfield by Zaven Collins. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10. And like I was just saying, defensively, they've been able to make big-time plays when they needed to for the American. And this is a big 3rd and 10 that you can get a chance at a huge stop. And on a play-action pass, Zaven Collins on a blitz. Looks like they could have possibly beating him. But Zaven Collins on a good pass rush. Lamar Jackson tries to scramble out of a pretty sturdy pocket. Don't exactly know why you're trying to get out of that if you're Lamar Jackson. But 3rd and 10, chance for a massive stop here if you're the AAC Buccaneers, right? Huge. 2 tight end set, shotgun for Lamar Jackson. Dalvin Cook to the left of him. Chance for a big stop. 4-man rush. He's going to have some time. He's going to scramble to his right. He has some running room out in front of him. He's going to try and scramble. He's going to slide well short of that line to gain. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 5. They're going to have to punt this football right back to the American. And again, Americans been getting the stops when they've needed to get stops, right? Like, this is unarguably the ace. They're going to try a field goal from here. This is a 59-yard attempt, and if he misses it, they're going to have it past midfield. Graham Gano's kick is up, and it is no good. And just insane field position is gifted to the American. Why even attempt that field goal? The kick is to the left. It had, at least, it looks like it had the leg to get there. But the American is gifted just phenomenal field position. The American entering the 4th quarter with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to play, down by 3 points, already in ACC territory. The defense gives them an excellent opportunity to try and go and take this lead or at least tie it. Just phenomenal for this football team. Great defense. Weird choice to kick that field goal. With 1 minute and 4 seconds left, what did the American decide to do? 2 tight end set. Under center is Desmond Ridder. He's going to take the snap. They're bringing a 4-man rush. He's going to try and scramble out of it, and he's going to get sacked and fumbled. Oh, the American recovers it, but it's a loss of 15. Dexter Lawrence making arguably the defensive play of the day, pushing them way back into their own territory. Loss of 15. And it goes from looking like you just need to get like 15 yards for a makeable field goal by Jake Elliott, and to suddenly you're going to need some action. You're going to need some magic here to get out of this situation, and that's just heartbreaking if you're an American fan. You were gifted such an excellent opportunity. Dexter Lawrence makes arguably the defensive play of the day. Before that point, that was definitely made by Shaq Griffin. Shotgun here for Desmond Ridder, running back to the left, takes the snap. He's going to fire quickly underneath. It's going to be caught for an 8-yard gain. Not a bad decision to do on 2nd and 25, but is still going to be a 3rd and very long. 3rd and 17, and that's likely the end of this 3rd quarter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a good game so far. Tune in for the start of the 4th because this could get really interesting. 7 seconds left. They could conceivably snap this. 3, 2, 1. They do snap it. 3rd and 17. Can he convert? He throws on the run. He's going to check it down underneath. The running back makes a play to at least make it interesting. 4th and 5. Hope you guys tune in for the 4th quarter. Bye.